So a couple of weeks ago I released Hidden and Unlockable Games for the original Xbox, and you guys really seem to like that video, so we're going to go ahead and do part 2 of that particular series. This is the best of the rest. Now I saw the comments in the original video and there are a lot of games that I had totally forgotten about that had unlockables, and some that I had never even heard of before. So without any further ado, let's check out Hidden and Unlockable Games part 2 for the original Xbox.
While not technically a hidden game, Dead or Alive Ultimate is a 2-disc compilation. Disc 1 contains an enhanced version of Dead or Alive 2, while the second disc contains a port of the Sega Saturn version of the original Dead or Alive game. Or so we're led to believe. In reality, both discs contain both games. Now, I own Dead or Alive Ultimate, but for the life of me, I have seemed to have misplaced my first disc. So how can I play Dead or Alive 2? Well, it's easy. Open up File Manager and rename the file called DOA1.txt to DOA2.txt, and then edit that file and change DOA1 to DOA2. This effectively is telling the launcher on the second disk which version it needs to boot from. And with that, simply launching DOA2.xbe will launch Dead or Alive 2. Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil contains ports of Doom, Doom 2, and the master levels for Doom 2. Just go into the Extras menu in the game and you will see the option for it. If we browse the file manager, we can see doomclassic.xbe and doommaster.xbe. These are both as expected, and if for example we launch doommaster.xbe, it will boot directly into the master levels. Narc is a side-scrolling run-and-gun arcade game released in 1988 with an emphasis on ultra-violence. It was controversial upon its release, and I never got to see it in the arcades when I grew up in Australia. In 2005, there was an update released by Midway for the Xbox, PS2, and PC. It's a pretty bad game overall, and one that was quickly forgotten, but the Xbox version contains the original Narc arcade release as a hidden and unlockable game. Once again, load up the file manager and launch javos.xbe in order to play Narc, the original 1988 arcade game. Spyhunter is a top-down arcade racing game shooter hybrid that was released in 1983 and came complete with the iconic Peter Gunn theme. Like Narc, it was another game that was updated to the original Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube in 2002 by Midway. The remake contains the original Spyhunter arcade game. If you create a new profile and name yourself OG Spy, it will launch directly into the OG Spyhunter game. And if you prefer the file manager, just browse the disk and scroll all the way down the list until you see spy.xbe and launch that. One of the most classic and iconic original Xbox games is Ninja Gaiden Black by Team Ninja and Tecmo. This masterclass was released in 2005 as the definitive version of the game and is considered the best in the series. Even in 2018, this game looks amazing and plays like butter. The original Ninja Gaiden Xbox game contains an unlockable Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 NES games, while Ninja Gaiden Black contains the arcade version of Ninja Gaiden, also known as Shadow Warriors in Europe. Now, in order to unlock these hidden games, you'll need to get past certain challenges in the games. But of course, there may be a way to launch these games directly from the file manager. If we browse the original Ninja Gaiden disc, launching ninjatrilogy.xbe will run the hidden NES game, and if we launch the same file on the Ninja Gaiden Black disc, it will launch directly to the Ninja Gaiden arcade game. Pac-Man World 3 was released by Namco in 2005. It's a cool little 3D platformer that's pretty fun to play, and the game contains an original arcade version of Pac-Man. This one isn't a separate XBE file, so we can't use the file manager to launch it, but it's pretty simple. Just load up the game and select the museum, and then run up to the arcade machine and press A to launch the game. Return to Castle Wolfenstein is a first-person shooter that was released by Activision for the PC originally in 2001. The console ports came out in 2003, with the PS2 version subtitled Operation Resurrection and the Xbox version known as Tides of War. Both of these console versions contain the original Wolfenstein 3D as an unlockable after beating the campaign. Once again, there is no separate XBE file in the file manager where you can easily launch the game, so your options here are to either play and beat the game or download a save file from the internet that has Wolfenstein 3D previously unlocked. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines is one of the worst games ever released for the original Xbox. It came out in 2003 and was released by Atari. One redeeming feature, however, were the unlockable arcade versions of Missile Command and Centipede, both of which are pretty good arcade ports. Now, in order to unlock them, you simply need to enter cheat codes. To unlock Centipede, enter A, B, 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 X, Y, B, A. And for Missile Command, enter A, B, 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 X, Y, A, B. And this will allow you to play arcade versions of Centipede and Missile Command. Project Gotham Racing 2 is one of the very best original Xbox games. It's pretty well known that it came with the minigame known as Geometry Wars. This was originally developed as a quick game to test out the Xbox controller, while Bizarre Creations was developing PGR2. Now, in order to access it, it's very simple. Just walk up to the arcade machine at the far end of the garage and away you go. This is not technically a hidden or unlockable game, but it's more of a mini game. But since I missed this one in the first video and it's so awesome to play, it's definitely one that I wanted to mention in part 2 of this particular series.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at part 2 of Hidden and Unlockable Games for the original Xbox. I've had a lot of fun putting this series together, and I've probably missed some more titles, so once again, let me know in the comments below if there's something I've missed. But that'll do it for this particular video, guys. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.